Sagittarius, welcome back to Tune Into Tarot, and today we'll be diving into the month of November 2021 for anyone with a sun, moon, or rising sign in the sign of Sagittarius. This reading will be relevant for you. So without further ado, let's tune in to tarot for the month ahead. So looking at the energy of your recent past, the energy is showing up as the Eight of Wands. And this is suggestive that you may have been traveling last month, possibly by air, or you may just be moving around quite a bit in your own town or maybe on a road trip perhaps. You may be experiencing a lot of communication, fast communication, a lot of emails, text messages, phone calls, FaceTiming, Zoom meetings. There's kind of this fast clip to life where just the pace is very quick. You're moving around a lot, getting a lot done perhaps, a lot of errands, driving around all over your town, your city. And that's sort of the energy that you're coming out of. And then moving into the first week of November, Sag, we've got the Chariot reversed, which is stating that you may be running up against some obstacles as far as if you are traveling or on a road trip or moving, even like relocating. You may run up against some obstacles, some challenges, some frustration, some roadblocks. Things may not be moving ahead as smoothly as you had anticipated or hoped. There is an indication here that your heart is placed above your head and that you're operating from a very emotional space, a very heartfelt space, and not thinking very logically about things. So perhaps you're making decisions based on sort of an emotional response or a reaction versus something that's actually sound, like mentally sound. But the Chariot reversed is often suggesting that our life is not moving in the direction that we had intended or that we would like. So how can we manifest things in a more appropriate way? Perhaps we need to reevaluate what we want and what we're doing, where we're going, or just really take some deep breaths and try to be patient through these obstacles or frustrations that you may be experiencing in this first week. And if you are traveling, again, you may experience some delays or frustrations in that process, or if you're moving across the country or somehow like on a road trip, things might be moving kind of slowly. So keep that in mind. And then in the second week of November, we do have the Six of Swords, which is yet another indication of movement or travel or relocating. This is by boat. The Chariot is by car or train, and then the Eight of Wands is by air. So you kind of have all of these options, all of these indications of movement or travel or relocation showing up on the board. So some kind of major transition happening for Sagittarius this month, it looks like. Especially with the Six of Swords is suggestive of you're moving from a situation that may have been slightly oppressive or somehow restrictive in some way, or not allowing you to express yourself in the way you'd like, or just not kind of feeling constrictive or restraining. And you're actually moving out of that situation into a situation that is theoretically more supportive of you and your highest self. So the process of moving from that point A to point B can be very tumultuous and can be very hard and heavy, and you may feel very anchored to that former situation and having a hard time letting go of that baggage. But just know that there is a brighter future ahead that is much more supportive of you and your highest path. So keep that in mind. But again, this transition may feel challenging and difficult to kind of get through it. However, in the third week of November, we do have the Fool, which is indicating a new opportunity or new adventure, a new journey, a new start. Perhaps if you were going through maybe a breakup, a sudden breakup, maybe it came in very quickly with the Eight of Wands, like a very unexpected kind of quick dissolving of a relationship. And you're moving out of that situation again, into a new situation. Maybe this is into a life where you're single again, and you are feeling very free and liberated and expansive and excited about this new start and this new beginning. Or maybe you decide to travel, because we have a lot of travel cards on the board. So maybe you're deciding to take some time off or go on a sabbatical. Even if it's not a romantic relationship that's kind of dissolving or that you're separating from or moving away from, maybe this was a job or a career that you left because it wasn't supportive of your highest self. So you left that job and you're going out looking for a new job, or you're, again, taking a sabbatical. Maybe you're going to start traveling for a while, or just taking a break to sort of find yourself. Or you may be starting a new journey of your own business. Maybe you're stepping into this kind of entrepreneurial space, and you're starting something that's more of your own creation and your own doing, and you're going out on your own and just kind of really stepping into this space of self-sufficiency, I want to say, where you don't need anyone else. It's like you can take it on yourself and go out on your own, and you don't need anyone. So maybe you're just feeling very empowered in this third week of November. There is an eclipse coming in, a full moon lunar eclipse on November 19th. This is in Taurus, which is your 6th house of daily routines and work and health. So again, you may have left a work environment that was not supportive, or that was just kind of had run its course and coming to a close. So you're closing that cycle and you're starting a new cycle, a new job, or a new entrepreneurial venture of some kind. Now, in the 4th week of November, we do have the Ace of Wands. This indicates a new beginning, but it's suggesting, with that kind of thumbs down from the universe, that this is maybe not the best time to start something new, or launch a new business, or launch a website or your Etsy site, because it's, especially in a creative realm, with the thumbs down, it's just not the most fertile soil to be planting these seeds. So while full moon lunar eclipses do bring closures, and any closing or ending can bring a new beginning, maybe it's saying that hold off a little bit to sort of tie up those loose ends from this former cycle that's sort of coming to a close before you jump into something new. So to keep that in mind, especially if you're leaving a relationship or a partnership of some kind, and you're jumping, it's maybe saying like, don't jump immediately into a new relationship, because it may be better suited for you to sort of continue to process those emotions, or process that event that just unfolded in the recent past before you jump into something new, because you don't want to carry the baggage from this past event or situation into this new relationship. You want to make sure that you process everything and really kind of seal that loop before you jump into something new with your whole heart and your whole self. So keep that in mind. With the final words of wisdom from the Oracle, we do have Hollow Bone, which says teachability, number 28. Read from the book to see what the Shaman's Dream Oracle has to say for our Sagittarians for November to help you navigate your month. So the hollow wing bone of an eagle is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are, to check your ego at the door, and to know that this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You are being called to practice humility. So perhaps the relationship that ended, or the job that ended, or this former situation that's coming to a close may have been instigated by something like your own opinion and needing to be right, or needing to be proud of something. Or maybe you feel humiliated or ashamed for this situation that dissolved, or maybe you got fired, and so you're sort of feeling like your ego is feeling bruised from that. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You are being called to practice humility. Hollow yourself out and hear the wind blow through you and play you like a flute. You will learn the language of the squall and the storm and understand the message in the summer breeze. There is an important communication waiting for you. Humility is the swiftest path for you to become like hollow bone. Drop all notions and titles that bolster your ego. Eliminate the doer and allow things to happen of their own accord. Remember that you can accomplish most anything if you are willing to let someone else take credit for it. Hollow bone has come to caution you to believe only 50% of what others think, and only 10% of what you think. Trust your experience, not what you have read in sacred books or holy texts. This will allow you to turn apparent danger into opportunity. Remember that you are an insignificant grain of sand in the grand scheme of life and as important as the brightest sun. So whatever event has recently unfolded or situation that seemed to have brought about some stress and some frustration and some bruised ego potentially, or just this need to be right and to prove something to others, if this somehow makes you feel ashamed, or the dissolving of the situation, or it just incited a lot of anger in you and you're having to process those emotions, allow yourself to extract the lessons from how this experience has affected you, and take those lessons with you and use it to fuel your growth in some way. Try not to let it keep you down. Just really absorb the experience and the lessons that you can take from it and move forward. And try not to dwell in the past too much. Try not to let this experience define you in any way, but again, allow it to just color your world and color your experience so that you can grow from it and evolve and move forward. If it doesn't make sense to you right now why this all happened, you'll have perspective as time moves on. You'll look back and you'll see why you had to leave that job, or why you had to leave that relationship, or why that relationship didn't work out, or that partnership, or that endeavor, or that trip, if you were traveling, why the trip was canceled, or, you'll look back and you'll be like, you know what, that was for the best. And you'll hopefully extract the lessons and the wisdom from that event and be able to take those lessons with you moving forward in your life. And you're gaining wisdom through this process. So know that, and know that whatever new journey or new opportunity or message that's coming in this third week of November with the eclipse, it does offer something really exciting for you, but you may not want to jump into it right away. Just kind of take some time to make sure you fully processed the dissolving or the situation or this frustrating event that may have unfolded in your recent past. Make sure it's fully processed before you jump into something new. That's the message coming through from Spirit today. So Sagittarius, if you found that was helpful for you, please like this video, comment below, let me know how your month unfolds, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with any of your Sagittarius friends. I thank you for being here today, and I will check in with you guys next month. Take care.